Morning, Norma's on the phone.
Oh. 9 ounces.
Oh, thanks very much. If you're there, you should make yourself useful. I believe in that.
So does your stand by all accounts.
Well, you see, Norma's... What do you mean?
Oh, nothing, Chuck, but it's funny, isn't it, how people talk? And I mean, they all seem to get all of the wrong end of the stick, don't they?
You're right, they do.
Yeah, of course they do. I mean, you've done it yourself before now. Only this time, you see, you're on the receiving end.
There's 8 ounces here.
9, actually. Oh, varm cakes, Chuck. I want 2 cheese, 2 ham and 2 egg mayonnaise.
Right, then.
Just a box of handkerchiefs for me, Norma. That's all I want.
And 2 bars of chocolate.
Just a minute, I'm here first. You wait your turn.
When's your turn, Hilda? Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays.
That's pushing it.
Now, look here, you.
Oh, leave her alone.
I can't, though. I mean, that's his trouble.
Now, listen, I've got something to say to the lot of you.
Yeah.
Every night...
Every night?
That's pushing it.
Every night you'll find my stand cohabitating with me. So it stands to reason it can't be with somebody else.
Ah, by legal definition, not the case.
Not by legal definition.
You are?
It is possible, within the letter of the law,
What's possible?
to cohabit with more than one at once.
Within the letter of the law.
Yeah.
Oh, don't take any notice of him, Hilda.
Well, I mean, no, but you see, the law is a very funny thing. I mean, I should know.
Oh, yes, it's got a way of working all of its own.
Can you, though? With more than one at once? Oh,
Well, it's true, isn't it? The law does have a way of its own.
Yeah, don't I know it. I'm going to see my dad this afternoon.
It's Norma's last visit to Risley, you see, with a dad being sent up, like, and... well, this is a sort of good luck collection pending the trial.
Oh, we'd be glad to contribute.
Thank you very much.
Oh, Emily.
Oh, and my purse is in the hall, my hands are floury.
Excuse me.
Oh, I don't know, it gives you food for thought, doesn't it? Flipping injustice of the thing.
Oh, Ernest thinks the police are a fount of justice. You do think that, don't you, Ernest?
Sorry?
As arbiters of our fate, the police can do no wrong.
The police aren't arbiters. It's the law that arbitrates.
Well, I hope they do right with Jacko Ford, that's all. I mean, he's been inside for 3 months and the poor fella's harmless.
Yes, and some people that have done harm and would do more harm, given half a chance, are free to roam the streets.
Ernest?
Well, it happens.
Oh, well, I wouldn't know about that, I'm afraid. If you could just pop your country. Thank you.
How's that?
That's very nice, thank you very much. Well, I'll tell Norma to pass on kindest regards.
OK.
And, thanks again.
I'm sorry, Emily. It's just that I feel so strongly about this. We ought to go to the police.
But, Ernest, we don't know. The poor girl could be innocent.
Let them find it out. It's their job, not ours.
But we don't know.
We know that that woman lied. You heard what Stanley Ogden said. Your Christine Peters does live in that house, and she's well known to be not all there.
Oh, you know what people are like. Anybody who won't fit in, they're banding names about.
I just don't understand, Emily. I mean, why not go to the police? Why not?
Well, there is a reason, Ernest. I feel so involved.
Well, what do you want to do?
Go and see Mrs. Cooper again, in the light of what Mr. Ogden said, with you this time.
And then?
Find out what we can.
And then?
It depends on what we find out.
Yes.
It's open! Just follow your nose.
Yeah. Right. Just follow your nose and all, ain't it, Mrs. Ogden?
Do you like it?
Well, I'm funny like that, you know. It's never turned me on, hasn't scent. It's never got me going, like, if you know.
I asked you, did you like it?
Oh, well, it's a very fragrant scent. Yes, it's very, very fragrant, aye.
Stan's not in.
Oh, well, it doesn't really matter, you see. I'm just making a small collection for Jacko Ford, seeing as it's Norma's last visit to Risley.
Oh, yeah, that's all right. Give us your box.
Thank you. Purse, actually.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, there you are.
Thank you.
You know, I never should have said he was up in that flat. It's been on my conscience as that.
Well, I wouldn't worry about it too much, Mrs. Ogden. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it was just a big mistake, but mistakes can be rectified, so...
Oh, I know. I'm going to rectify one right now. The mistake of 19 Inkerman Street.
Oh,
Yes, I'm going round to see her. She's been spreading muck, so she'll take it back when she comes face to face with me, she will.
You're going round?
I'm on my way to 19 Inkerman Street.
Do you think that's wise?
Can you think of a better idea?
Well, no, of course, it's none of my business.
Ah, no. So, you made it your business, aren't you, the lot of you? Sniggering behind us backs. Well, I'm going to put paid to that once and for all.
Does your Stan know that you...
There are some things only women can say.
So he doesn't know that you...
No, it's not for his luggles, Jerry Booth, nor for any man's.
Ah, well, I wish you the best of luck, Mrs. Ogden. I must say, you look very, very smart for it.
Oh, thanks very much.
Aye, I hope you look as smart when you come out. Yep.
No, you're wrong. She never touched me. She's a very understanding woman, my wife.
I saw your Hilda this morning, Stan. She looked a bit rattled to me.
Well, you're wrong, too. Nobody has turned up.
You mean Social Security fellas?
Nobody in sight.
Yeah, well, you needn't have told her after all, Stanley. I'm sorry about that.
No need to be sorry. I've no secrets from my wife. My house is in order. Everything's all right.
Good for you, Stanley.
Yeah.
Well, Ena mops with disinfectant.
I know she does. It pongs all over the shop, doesn't it?
It's a tatlock. You bring in germs off your allotment.
You what?
Off your compost heap. And there's another thing. The eating doesn't go on until 11 o'clock.
The eating goes on when I say it does.
It goes on when Ena says she's in charge.
She's in West Hartlepool's.
Well, I know what Ena likes.
Oh, I do. You know that by telepathy.
Mr. Tatlock, here's your rum.
It's her turn to pay.
Oh, no. Kenneth can afford to buy your rum. I can't.
Well, Ken's not here.
No, well, then that's your bad luck, isn't it? I'll pay for the milk stout.
You ought to get married again, you know.
Well, it's early days yet.
I got a letter from Concepta this morning. Everything's going all right for her, or so she said.
No, the council keeps me busy, you know, that's the main thing. Loneliness. I managed to sidestep that so far.
Yeah, I've noticed you've been beavering about.
Ah, well, it keeps the voters happy, you know. Oh,
Here.
ta. Hello, Squire.
Oh, you could do with a new jacket and all.
Well, looking a bit shabby, is it?
Still, you never were a dandy, were you?
No, it's the image, you know. I mean, in public life, like.
Well, why didn't you drag Maggie round the shops? She'll help you choose.
Serve me with a pint and a large whiskey for my friend, Mr. Stanley Ogden, please.
Oh, what's he done to deserve that?
It's not what he's done, it's what he's going to do. What he's got to do if he's half a man, and I reckon it takes some Dutch courage.
Come on, Jerry, out with it.
Stanley, I have to inform you that at this moment your lady wife is visiting. She's gone to see 19 Inkerman Street.
Hey!
What for?
What for? To see your other woman.
To scratch her eyes out.
Aye, to pull her strawberry hair.
Which is why I reckon you ought to get round there and stop the bloodbath.
There'll be no bloodbath.
Oh, no, of course, I forgot. It's Hilda we're talking about, isn't it? And she's a very understanding woman. I mean, it doesn't matter what 19 Inkerman Street divulges, because you'll keep no secrets from your wife, will you, Stanley? No, so it's roses all the way, isn't it, as you say?
Can I have that whiskey?
Come back! Wait for me! Come back!
Baby never stops. What is it now?
Come around again. Coming around.
Mrs. Cooper? Hello. Must be in the back.
Where's your mummy?
Well, that's not going to do much good, love. Mrs. Cooper!
What's it?
She's in the back of the baby.
Hello, Christine. It is Christine, isn't it?
Yes. These people want to see you, Jean.
No, as a matter of fact, it's you we want to see. But then, your sister knows that. Isn't that right, Mrs. Cooper?
I saw this thing on the television. It was all about dangerous toys. You want to be careful, Jean.
Mrs. Cooper, it's clear we'd like to have a chat. Is there anywhere else the child can go and play?
I don't see what there is to say. Mrs. Cooper, please. All right. Come on, we'll go and see the baby. Come on.
She's got 3
3?
kiddies. Do you?
No, we haven't got any children, no.
We haven't been married very long.
Oh. You don't mind me saying this, do you? Only you married late in life. Did you?
Well, yes.
Yes, but I don't see that it matters.
Of course not.
It shouldn't matter.
It doesn't matter at all. We're very happy, Emily and me.
Your husband?
Jack? Jack was my husband. Jack. He was 35.
They're asking for you, Christine. Go and play with them. There's
No,
love.
let me talk to these. They married late and nothing ever happened to them.
Christine, I never
They
said...
weren't punished for it.
It's not when you marry, love. It's who you marry. That's the trouble. She wasn't very fortunate, I'm afraid. Where is Mr. Peters now? God only knows. No, they lived in Huddersfield. He left her, though. That's why she's living with me. I had to take her away.
No, you took him away.
Christine, you're doing no good here.
You did. You took him off of me.
Don't mind her. She gets muddled. I'll tell you about Jack.
With who, Mrs.
She
Cooper?
did. She took him off me.
It's all right, Christine. You mean baby Jason. That's who your sister took away from you.
I was hanging out the washing. And when I came in, she'd taken him away.
He didn't belong to you, Christine. You know that, love. You know.
It's all right, Mrs. Cooper. We don't want to get her upset.
Her upset? She doesn't realise. She's got no idea what I went through. She's got no idea. I thought it was all over and now you have to come.
No, they're all right. They're married late.
Don't keep saying that. They'll lock you up. I don't know. She gets ideas in her head.
But why? Before, just now, she said she thinks she was punished for marrying late.
There were 3 of us, all girls. Christine's the eldest. Well, I got married at 17, Sandra at 18 or so. And maybe we did go on a bit. Well, my mother and father did, about her missing the boat and that. Well, when at last she makes it, gets married after all that time, well, her first kid was born poorly, didn't stand a chance. Died, poor mite, buried. And there's us, me and Sandra. 3 kids each, healthy, normal kids. Well, why should it happen to her like that? She's got this idea of punishment.
Yes.
Of course, him, that bright spark, Jack, he sees his chance. Soon as the baby dies, he beggars off. 12 months a dog's life with him, then he's gone. Don't know why she ever bothered with him.
She wanted to get married.
I don't want to stop down here anymore.
That's all right. You go up and lie down.
She'll be all right.
Yes, she'll be all right. Spends hours lying on that bed. It's the best place for her.
Mrs. Cooper, you do realise, I mean, we have got this right, haven't we?
Yeah. I came in one day. She's got this baby. She's sitting there feeding it. Couldn't part her from it. She wouldn't let it out of her sight. I was worried sick. My husband was on nights, 3 of my own all yelling. I read how the police were looking for her. I waited. First chance I got, she was hanging out the nappies. I wheeled it to the croft and left it there.
And then we found him.
And then he went back to his mother, safe and well. And our Christine couldn't stop crying. Sort of hooting crying. It drove my husband mad. He slapped her one. She went dead quiet. She stopped that way for days on end. But she's all right now. Well, you saw her. She's all right. It's all over. It's finished.
But you shielded her, Mrs. Cooper.
Yes, I know her and they don't. What do they care?
But surely you
It's
realise...
funny. She's my sister. But Christine's never known what it's about. Not the way I have. You look out for them, don't you? Well, you have to do.
Time, gentlemen, please. Come on, let's be having it.
Yeah, well, it's time. I'll have to talk to you later.
Now look, does my word go or doesn't it? That's all you've got to say.
Well, same as I said, Albert, it depends on the issue.
Yes, well, there's always an issue when she's about.
I'm sorry, Mr. Roberts, but you're sitting on the fence.
Come on, loves, get
You're pleasing nobody by sitting on the fence.
I mean, you ought to know better, Alf Roberts. Continue your debate elsewhere.
Yeah, I'm half an hour late now, you know. I'll have to talk to you about it later.
Yes, all right, we'll talk about it on
wait
the way.
for me.
Cheerio, lad, cheerio.
Good night.
Cheerio, mate. Go and feed the cat. That's it. Off you go. Ta-da.
Cheers.
Ta-da. Ta-da, mate.
Good night, mate.
That's it. Off you go. Ta-da. See you later.
It's at times like this that I miss our potman, even when it is Jacko Ford.
I meant to ask you about that. What will he get if they do send him down, you know?
Oh, 4 or 5 years, according to my Cyril at the Conservative.
No joke, is it?
No.
No, Stan, been having a hard time, have you?
Is it closing time, then?
Yeah, it's time to go home. Time to go home to the little wifey.
Well, can't I hang on here a bit, like that?
Ooh, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, Stanley. Grown man like you hiding in the gents.
And what can she do to you that she hasn't already done?
Well, can't I wash a few pots or something?
Go on home.
Oh.
You know, I reckon he ought to stick up for himself. Stick Hilda across his knee.
But it was him that was carrying on.
Oh, I doubt it very much. Huh? I mean, 19 Inkerman Street is a fair bit of crackling. There's no doubt how Hilda knows by now.
Oh, did you get your dinner, Chuck?
Chippy, you know.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry about that, Stan, but needs must, I had to go out.
I know.
Oh, Jerry Booth, I suppose. Yeah, well, sit down, love, you make the place untidy.
And, what did you say?
You don't need to worry. Huh? You won't be bothered with her anymore. And you don't want to be neither, do you, Stan?
No.
No, baggage like that, spilling out all over the place. And she reeks a scent, you know.
Well, it's not that bad.
What do you mean it's not that bad?
I don't know, we didn't get that close.
No, that's what she said.
Did she?
Yeah, made it very obvious. You do not figure in her stars.
Oh, I never did.
Mind you, a woman like that, I wouldn't believe a word she said. Not normally, I wouldn't.
You do believe it, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 'cause while we was having a chat, this fella come downstairs with sticking plaster on his chin.
Sticking plaster?
Been having a shave. So you see, she is cohabitating, Stan, only not with you.
Who was it?
Well, I don't know. Of course, she didn't admit to it, you know, not to cohabitating like, but I could see. Ooh, it were obvious. No, he were a tall, lanky-looking fella. With a blink, yeah, blinked his eyes a lot.
Tommy McAllister. He's been sniffing round. She kicked him out 3 times last year.
Stanley.
Yeah?
I think I ought to make somewhat plain. While I was there, I read her tea leaves. And I saw a very nasty event which will occur if certain things take place, such as you darkening her door or cleaning her windows, come
No
to
chance,
that.
love, no chance.
So whether he gets the boot or not, just remember, you've got more taste, Chuck. Haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've got you a nice finny addy for your tea. 2 fillets for a treat.
Have you been to the police?
No, I said I'd wait until he'd calm down a bit. I have.
Well, weren't you distressed?
Emily, I could see what should be done. It was more and more obvious.
I thought it was more not obvious.
Obvious the woman needs medical attention. Obviously the thing could happen all over again. Obvious that if it does happen again, that woman would behave in exactly the same way. She would never turn in Christine.
And if she won't, should we?
She won't, because it's kith and kin, it's flesh and blood. It's all right if it's a family matter, but this is a social thing. Members of society are at risk, and I'm sorry, Emily, but I cannot agree with you. What Mrs. Cooper did was wrong. To shield her sister the way she did, it was socially irresponsible.
You condemn Mrs. Cooper, do you?
I'm sorry, Emily, but I do.
In that case, Ernest, you condemn me.
Oh, look, I know you feel very sorry for
More
her.
than that. I was once in her position myself. I did the same thing.
You're joking.
No. I did the same for Irma. I took the baby back. I didn't go to the police.
You telling me Irma Barlow stole a child?
She'd lost her own, and David, in Australia. When she came back, she seemed all right. We all thought she got over it. It was upstairs in the corner shop flat. Bet knew. The instinct was to return the child. It was the first thing. I can't explain it to you, but it was.
Did you return it openly?
Well, no, I mean, I knew what she'd done was wrong. I remember down the entry, hurrying off. I didn't want to be caught, I know.
You mean you felt like a criminal?
Yes, maybe.
Did you ever consider the feelings of the mother?
Of course. But I also knew that Irma was important. She was the damaged one. And if I gave her up to the police, I'd be sort of finishing her.
Oh, come on.
No, so little was holding together. And if policemen questioned her, if there were courts and all her friends pointing the finger from the dock, then the few strands left would go.
I'm
Ernest,
sorry,
listen to me, please. Imagine if someone was drowning and you were the hand that pushed them down. To give her up, it seemed as bad as that.
What did you do?
I made her go to the doctor. She did, and she got well. She went to the doctor, and it never happened again.
Did she realize what she'd done? The enormity of what she'd done!
I don't think so, not properly.
And is that right, do you think?
Oh, listen, please. I know that things aren't right with Christine in that house, things as they are, and they should be a way that's not with courts and policemen hammering. But as it stands, there isn't. And people who've done what she's done are kept in jails. And knowing that, I just can't do it. How can I say, tell the police? I can't.
Then it will just have to be me.
What I've just said means nothing to you. What I've just said about myself.
I don't know how you could have done it.
And Ernest, you don't know me.
A thing like that? I don't want to know. I wish you'd never told me.
It's hard, Jerry.
Hey, which is taller, you or him?
Hey, do you mind?
Me, why?
What's he doing up the ladder then?
Because I'm a gentleman. Anyway, you can make up for a lack of inches.
Don't tell me how.
Well, whether you've got a good heart or not, and Jerry's been a real brick today.
Thank you.
She forgot to say tomatoes peeled in a tin, must be Italian.
Must be Italian, trust you and ma'am.
Right.
Thanks, Jerry.
Oh, you're back again, are you?
No, it's just my shadow.
And how is the old man then, all right?
Oh, the old man was fine, tar very much.
You must be getting jittery, eh?
Yeah, well, what do you think? He's been waiting all of 3 months for this trial.
He'll be all right.
What's that mean?
Well, she means he stands a good chance of getting off. Well, in all probability, he will do.
Get off?
Well, you know, get acquitted, like.
Well, the fact like you'd care if he was.
I don't think there's any call for saying that, Norma.
Well, it was once upon a time, but not now. I thought I made that good when I took your dad back.
You give him that night off. Give him the rope to hang himself.
Well, I'm not clairvoyant, you know.
Oh, come on, Billy. It doesn't make no difference whatever you say.
Well, sometimes I get sick of sympathy.
Yes, well, the way you were going on when you won't have any left. She'll pay for these tomorrow.
You know, Lucille has got a point, Norma. I mean, when I went round collecting this morning, I met nothing but goodwill. Even Hilda Ogden said she was sorry.
I know.
Well, why go on at Billy like that? I agree with what he says. Your dad's got a very good chance of being acquitted.
No, he's got no chance.
You can't say that.
Yes, I can. He's got no chance, because he's pleading guilty. He told me so this afternoon.
Guilty?
Yeah, guilty. So he's got no chance. He's back in the nick. For God knows how long.